You think we're gonna beat all these games?
Nope.
Backlog boys.
No, probably not. Hey. Boom.
Fawn doesn't know how to do stuff.
We're just gonna fire shots now.
Everything's new today, except for this snack to Vaughn. We have a new snack that we were gonna taste together as boys. And Vaughn just, you know, even though I said, hey, don't eat one yet, I want to get live impressions. He was like, I thought you just meant the smell.
Jesus. Oh, come on.
So,
No need to cry about it.
I'm laughing at you. I'm laughing at you.
You're upset though.
All right, I'm facing it.
How is it?
Oh. Not what I was expecting.
No?
Yeah. It tastes like sourdough first,
Yes.
and then cheese at the end.
the cheese comes later.
That's interesting. These
I
are
kind of like that.
the Asiago and cheddar cheese crisps made by Tom Cruise.
Yeah, it's a striking similarity to Tom Cruise on the
This
front.
guy on the bag looks identical to Tom Cruise. Put him on the
Yeah.
screen. His name says that he is John W.M. Macy. I don't know how your middle initial gets to be 2 letters.
John W.M.
Look, John W.M. Macy.
Yeah, wow. William?
I don't know.
What do W.M.
Why
like
wouldn't it
first
just be-
and last
Are there
letter?
that many John W. Macy's that he has to be John W.M.? It's not 2 different letters separated by periods.
Yeah,
It's
that's-
1 period.
That's very
It's
odd.
a lowercase m. I don't know. But it's not like John McMacy.
No, that's bizarre, man.
Since 1976, Tom Cruise has been making some
I don't know what's
cheesy,
going on
crispy snacks. Simple, real ingredients.
Oh, what? Fog.
Is this not in your plan, Vaughn?
It's just not in my plan. Well,
Do we have to like redo this?
yeah, give us 1 second.
Okay.
We'll be right back.
Pausing the episode. Okay.
All right.
We found a fight.
Yep.
So we're doing a grindy fight, Vaughn.
Yep.
Yes.
Just we need some EXP. So
Well, I'm gonna settle in immediately
yeah.
with a sody.
All right.
Sody pop. On Mr. Sode.
Mr. Sode.
This is a new flavor, new to me
So
at least.
formal.
I don't know if it's new to the shelves, but it's new to me. From Ugave. They've been at
Who
Blue
you
Sun.
like, right?
I love
Quite a
Ugave.
bit.
They're actually the same company that makes Rocky Mountain Soda. So that's good. Good stuff. It's actually, that's the name of the company, is Rocky Mountain Soda Co.
Okay.
They also make Ugave. And these are like their organic, non-GMO, vegan, gluten-free, all the things soda.
Oh wow. I didn't realize it was all those things.
Yes, this is all the things. Certified organic by the Colorado Department of Agriculture.
Well then.
I cannot read the ingredients because the label is yellow and the text is white. Triple filtered carbonated water.
The yellow and white is not.
I can't read the next line. It's impossible.
That's
But this is the mango tamarindo flavor, described as sweet and sour.
wow. That sounds delicious.
Because tamarind is sour and mango is sweet. It smells incredible.
Yeah.
Would you like to get a bouquet of that, Vaughn?
Whoa. That smells delicious.
Yeah, let's get a sip here. This is, yeah, don't look for this video on the Instagram, by the way. This one's not being filmed.
Yes.
This is just a good old-fashioned.
Glugs. Glug glug glug.
Oh, that is very good.
Yeah.
That is very good. Wow. That is incredibly refreshing. This is a top-tier soda. I'm going to need you to taste that, Vaughn.
Let me get a
So this fight's going to be pretty low-key, right?
And sour. Yeah.
Because we're just getting some experience before the next big fight. Before we head off
Whoa.
Before we head off
That's
to
really refreshing.
see Mark Hamill. This
Holy-
is a really good soda.
Holy cow.
Yeah, and
That's delicious.
They use agave as their sweetener in these sodas
Oh, okay.
instead of sugar, cane sugar.
I see.
That's why they have a different brand within their same company, the Ugave. But yeah, they have a ton of flavors of these, and they're really good, guys.
Yeah, that was delicious.
So go grab you some kind of Ugave. I have actually 2 other flavors of these
there was
in
a
the fridge
bunch
right now.
at
There's a
at
ton.
Blue Sun.
They like
So,
there's like 2/3 more flavors of this brand than there was before.
yeah.
Like they had pretty decent coverage, but now they're like multiple of them in every section. It's cool.
They also did a slight, not remodel, but just rearranging.
Yes, Blue Sun is expanding even further.
Which we like to see.
Yeah, they've
proud.
moved some of their candy into the main section, and it looks like they're making like a lounge area
Yes.
back where the candy used to be, because they have more pinball machines, and they're adding in like booths and bar stools and stuff.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, and I think that's where the window is where they have the bottling machine.
Yep.
That you can see, and I think they're gonna try to make like a little soda bar back there.
Oh.
And maybe do like floats and like
That would be fun.
come in on a Saturday and watch us bottle soda and like give it to you right away or something. Who knows? They're always doing something. But yeah, and it kind of looked.
They're always scheming.
It kind of looked like up front they were trying to maybe make room for a little bit more shelf space for something. But yeah, they changed their setup just a little bit. Mm-hmm. Still the same.
The truck is outside. I don't know if that might have been.
Yeah, the truck used to be inside.
Yeah.
And now it's outside.
What do you got?
Come on,
Good
Larakel.
stuff.
Okay.
We'll take it.
4 is good.
Four is always pretty good.
4 is good. So Vaughn, I hurt myself
Oh,
a little while ago.
really?
Yeah, like I think it was a week ago or so. I was down in the basement at night and I kicked this pipe really hard, and I was barefoot.
Oh no.
And I thought I broke my toe. Because there was one other time where I'm pretty sure I broke my toe, but I'm not sure because I never went to the doctor
Okay.
to find out. It was my left pinky toe, or no, it was my right pinky toe. I kicked the side of a china cabinet, like in the dark at night in my old house, and I was in like high school.
Did you say which toe? Sorry.
It was my right pinky toe.
Right pinky toe. Ugh, that's a bad one to hurt.
And it was horrible because it was the middle of the
pinky.
night, and I couldn't scream bloody murder because everyone was asleep, and I didn't want people to think that I was actually being murdered. So I was just like, I like held it in, and it was, and that made it that much worse. That I couldn't like vocally express my pain.
Yeah.
And I just like laid on the dining room floor for a while, and I was just like, is it broken? Is it broken?
Yeah.
Is it broken?
And it's like throbbing.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And so I like put a splint on it, wore a sock to school for like a week, and then it was fine. But now if I make a fist with my foot, that toe doesn't move. It just stays out. So I don't know if it like fractured and then it like fused the bone or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it hurt really bad, but I was like, I don't think this hurts bad enough to be broken.
Yeah.
But this one I did like a week ago hurt worse than that. And it was my right ring toe that got hurt. And I was like, okay, this time it might really be broken.
Yeah.
Because it hurt really, really bad. And again, it was in the middle of the night, and I was in the basement so I could scream a little bit. But Liz was asleep upstairs. But it's definitely not broken. And it's feeling better now.
Okay.
But
So no doctor was consulted.
no doctor was consulted. It got pretty swollen, and I was like limping the next day. Because a lot more weight goes on that than my pinky toe. But we're all good, folks.
Man.
To anyone who was worried during the 10 seconds of suspense in that story.
That's always incredibly painful though. Any foot nonsense like that, just
Feet are pretty important.
yeah.
You walk on them all the time. They're how you balance.
Yeah.
So you hurt your foot, you hurt your entire mobility. Pretty serious.
Oh, sword beaver. Okay.
So is there something that we're spooked of in the next mission that we're trying to get ready for, or is this just safety strats?
It's a tougher one.
It is a tough one.
You remember that sniper from a while back that gave us trouble?
Vaguely,
with a
yes.
bow?
Yes.
That he messed us up pretty
He's
good.
coming back.
Was able to mess us up pretty good.
Another sniper.
He's got 3 friends.
Uh-oh.
And they have horses.
Snipers on horseback?
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
Well, they're called rangers, but yeah.
Oh, sure.
They're
Okay. Yeah, that sounds pretty sinister.
there's 3 of them.
So did we
in the coming
kill?
chapter?
Did we kill that?
We did. We made
guy?
it out of that guy. Yeah, we made it past him.
But did we kill him?
yes.
Okay, so now his friends are coming to get revenge. Is that what's going on?
No, they're just like
Zombie
equally-
versus tank.
not a winning battle. 0 damage.
When Gilliam gets to attack twice,
You're pretty slow.
You pretty slow.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Never seen that before.
But no, it's just a bunch of guys with really high stats.
Okay.
Compared to us. And they're on horseback, which makes them especially dangerous. So
Right.
They're
Because they
really
can just
mobile.
move around.
Yeah. And
Guys
since they're
got a lot of
bowmen,
health.
they can attack from range, and yeah, it's dangerous. But we'll make it through.
Okay, so that zombie just made me think of something.
Okay.
I was listening to a podcast recently where people were talking about.
Do you frequent podcasts, by the way?
I'm starting to more.
Okay. Same.
Because like I'm finding myself like whenever I'm like I try to watch a decent amount of stuff on YouTube, but it's either like really short or it requires me to look at it in order to enjoy it because it's a video.
Yep.
Which is like the basis of a video.
But sometimes you want
But
to
a lot of
listen
times
to something.
a lot of times when I'm throwing stuff like that on, I'm trying to like multitask.
Yep,
And
same.
it's like, oh, I want to put something on while I do the dishes or while I take a shower or whatever. Or while I'm like cleaning or arranging the basement or something like that. So it makes more sense for me to do something where I don't have to look at it and I
Yeah.
can just listen to it. Which is why I often do a lot of other Let's Play, lot of other Let's Plays.
Okay.
Because a lot of times, depending on who it is and their style, you can just kind of, you know what's going on. Especially if it's like a game that you're familiar with.
Yep.
You kind of know what's going on based on what you're hearing.
Yep. All those cues.
But yeah, that has pointed me towards more podcasts. And I was listening to this podcast where these people were talking about ghosts and spirits and like their opinions as like really scientific, realistic people.
Did I watch the same thing as you?
I don't know.
Or listen? It was a podcast, you said.
I don't know.
'Cause I've listened to
but
or watched something very similar recently.
Okay. I had like an interesting theory about it because I was thinking like what if what we think of as a ghost like doesn't have a consciousness and it's like a zombie. Like
Okay.
Cuz so like a zombie is kind of like behaves kind of like a bacteria would, right? Where like its purpose is to seek out and consume one specific thing, and it doesn't really know that it's doing what it's doing. It's just responding to stimuli.
Interesting.
And I was trying to think of like a ghost in the same context, where like somebody dies in like a house, and something about like the mental state that they were in at the time that they died influences their like posthumous behavior. So it's like let's see, an example would be like if somebody died in a house fire and then the house burned down and a new house was built on top of it, and then the spirit of the person who died in the burning house inhabited the new house.
Whoa.
And was like,
I like this.
you know, like the stove burners like wouldn't ignite or something like that because the ghost is trying to like put out fires.
Yep.
Things like that. And I just thought it was an interesting, like if you're a person who believes in science and you don't believe in like supernatural things, but you're trying to come up with like scientific things that could explain stuff like that.
Okay, I see.
Or like you acknowledge that there are things that we definitely don't understand yet as human beings that are happening, but we haven't been able to grasp it with our knowledge. So we claim that it either doesn't exist or isn't possible, but it could still be happening.
That's interesting.
Because there's people who talk about like time travel that way.
Yeah.
And all different other things like that. Like, you know, it's like, well, we haven't figured out how to do it, so it's impossible. But
That's their
You know.
what I just so I just remembered what I watched, and it was a thing about, it was kind of talking about how like, Sword Reaver.
he is strong.
Yeah. And big.
Good thing he didn't get to hit you twice.
Forgot he had a Sword Reaver.
You would be dead.
Yeah. He's slow though.
Do we lose the whole freaking game if Erica dies?
Yeah.
You just have to like restart the mission?
Yeah.
Okay. So in the context
This
of
should be
our
better.
playthrough, would we just stop?
I had thought about that, and
Like,
I guess it would depend
It'd be like being in the boys' lock and losing your very last Pokemon with no
Or
others
if we
like
had-
in the box.
If we had identified a Pokemon that like is our leader or something, or like
yeah.
if this X Pokemon dies, then but I was watching a thing recently that was like about how ghosts are uniquely, well, and I guess I don't know how uniquely you can, it really is, but they're uniquely like cross culture and like have been cross culture for a long time, like not just with the creation of media that can like easily transmit around the globe.
Oh, so you're saying like most cultures have some
Some form of ghost,
Form
like
of
human inhabiting like a supernatural body.
yeah, spiritual body staying behind.
that's like invisible to
the living
eye.
realm.
Yeah.
But what would be an example of some cultural thing like that that doesn't go across cultures, like zombies? I mean,
Maybe.
that's probably cross-cultural now,
Yeah.
but anyway, that wasn't part of your point.
No. But it's interesting that like
Every culture
every
has
culture has its form of ghosts. I
Yeah.
don't think every culture has its form of undead people killing people.
Yeah.
You know. I mean, I'm sure there's dead rising in a lot of cultures, but like not being laid to rest so that you come back
Yeah.
in some like violent way.
Gilliam,
He can't be touched. He's a wall.
he literally isn't taking damage.
Yeah. His defense is too high.
Yeah. Defense is too high.
Yep.
He can't climb it.
He put up a fence.
Got him. See ya, Sword Reaver. Is this mission like too cakey? Are we gonna get the experience that we need?
It is a little bit cakey. Maybe we'll do the first tower or the first floor of the tower in this episode also, real quick.
Oh, really? Think we have
Yeah.
time for that?
Because we're like pretty high leveled for that now. So
It doesn't change, so you'll go.
yeah,
it'll go through faster.
The first tower or the levels of the tower always stay.
Like it looks like Erica's on like a
difficulty.
Tom Sawyer raft.
Yeah. We were talking about how that guy looked like Tom Cruise earlier.
Dude, that guy looks exactly like Tom Cruise.
He, without like the tooth thing though.
The tooth thing?
Yeah. Have you ever seen that? Where like his, like, one of his teeth is like squarely centered below his nose. One of his two front teeth
Really?
is like perfect. Yeah, you should pull up a picture of it.
Oh man,
It's very unsettling once you see it.
I can't. That sounds like something that you wouldn't be able to unsee.
Yeah, you can't unsee it. So prepare yourself for that.
Okay.
But it's like if you drew it like a vertical line under his nose,
Yeah.
like to his chin, one tooth is just spot on.
Okay,
It's-
Google.
it's right there.
Tom Cruise tooth.
Showing pictures that match.
Thanks.
Thank you, Google, for doing all this. Google does the hard work, you know.
Oh, okay.
You
yeah.
ask- yeah, see it?
I see it. It's not like.
It's not like scary or like
It's kind of weird.
it's odd.
because it's like bigger than his other front tooth.
Yeah, it is.
There's some like weird photoshops in here too.
Of
Like,
him.
look at this guy.
Whoa, that's unsettling.
Yeah. Yeah, Tom Cruise made these snacks, dude.
The picture is so
guy-
like him.
The guy
it has like
exactly the same.
yeah, like the hair and everything is perfect.
Especially like the now like older Tom Cruise. Mm-hmm. He's getting a little older.
Ross. Speed.
Please. Oh, that was terrible.
Yeah. I didn't get as spooked that time.
I was ready for it. Our door opened again,
Fool us once.
listeners. Yeah, shame on you. Oh, baby. Oh, I thought he was going to go again.
Just once. I wanted him to go once though.
Ross, you're
actually.
so slow. You got to speed up.
You're not supposed to speak up.
He has to speak up?
Yeah.
Why?
That's why we got Garcia, like, he's like trying to read the lips desperately, but
Because he can't hear very
he's
well?
asked too many times, like, could you, what?
Holy
Could you say that again?
experience. Come on, Erica. Well, defense is good.
Defense is good for her. She's a little
Trying to
lacking
see
in
the
that.
positives here.
Yeah, trying to be positive.
Yeah. Do you know your blood type?
I believe it's O positive. No. I can't remember if it's positive or negative.
If it's O negative, you're the universal donor.
I think I'm O negative then.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Do you know yours?
I have no idea what my blood
Really?
type is. Yeah.
You've never had a blood test or anything?
I mean,
Or
I
you just don't remember?
I have, but I don't know if they've ever told me.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, your blood type is ZX9.
Yeah, just some like
Yeah.
crazy.
Your blood is actually craft soda.
I was talking about this with
Good job, Franz.
some. Okay, so I was gone recently, and I was doing a lot of work where I didn't need to use my mind.
Yes.
So you can like kind of freely converse with your coworkers. Mm-hmm. So we talked about many things, and one of them was we got into like a discussion about like the possibilities of like far off technologies. And,
Okay. Like far future.
yeah, like what if you were able to? So you kind of like know when you're sick, right? You're
Yeah.
cognizant of the fact that you're sick. But what if
Yeah.
like a doctor can tell you what you're sick with, and then you can like tell your body, hey, this is the problem. I know what the problem is. Here's how you can fight it. Or
Oh,
like
yeah.
if you could somehow like, if your brain
You
could-
receive some kind of treatment to where your body can like preempt
yeah
sickness and, like, up
it's
those sensors
Yeah, it
and
says like, hey, this is what's happening.
receptors.
This is a good thing to do to stop that. And
Right.
then like you can like,
Yeah, because the body like already diagnoses itself.
yeah, like
And-
kind of like
and-
broadly though. I think it's
Yeah.
it like senses a problem and then kind of does something to kind of like
Yeah.
raise its body temperature or produce X kind of cell.
Right.
But
But if it somehow could become more adept at that.
yeah, like that'd be crazy. I don't know
I think the
how far off that would have to be,
Well,
but
I think the problem is like, the sicknesses and viruses and bacterias will evolve at the same rate.
yeah,
So like, it's like, oh, we don't get polio anymore, but now we have swine flu and all
Yeah.
this, and it's like, okay, well, we cured all that stuff, but now there's this that we can't figure out. Mm-hmm. Now there's this new thing, and you know,
but for like a common known treatable thing.
but like, yeah, I don't know. It's hard to imagine that like something like the common cold or like seasonal allergies could ever be conquered in that way.
Or even like strands of flu that we already know about. Like,
Yeah, and vaccinate for.
yeah. I don't know. It's just something we pondered. Like,
Yeah, it's an interesting topic. That's probably like the most fast evolving like area of
field,
research.
like medicine and treatment.
Yeah. Like that's probably the one
makes you
where
say
we
that?
will see the most amazing leaps and bounds in like the next, 10 years versus other things. Cuz it's like it affects everybody.
Yeah.
Like medical technology and then just straight up like, communications technology like phones and computers.
Mm-hmm.
Like those are the things that people care about the most. So they're the things that people use the most. So they're
Mm-hmm.
getting the most funding and research.
Well, and they become increasingly necessary.
Yeah.
Like it's becoming less possible to live in like the normal world without X thing, like
Yeah.
phone, computer, internet.
Yeah.
Man, that guy's health.
Well, and you could say that about the medical stuff too, if you want to go really down a rabbit hole. Because, like,
Yeah.
or at least in American society, we live in this society where it's like, well, I should be able to eat whatever and do whatever to my body,
And
but
be
it,
fine.
but it should still work perfectly.
Yeah.
It's like, so instead of instead of
So yeah,
changing.
we're gonna run the first floor real quick.
Oh, okay.
It won't be long.
More grinding, folks. Nothing too exciting.
Welcome
you're
to
gonna
Grind
see here.
City.
But yeah, it's like people.
Cue motivational video that's all about the grind.
People want to eat whatever they want, and they want to party, and they want to abuse certain substances, either recreationally or whatever. And then it's like, well, there should just be like this other medication that I can take to like balance that all out, so that I don't have to change
like
my
a
diet.
super pill.
Yeah.
That like, yeah.
It's like, well, maybe you should stop eating crap and replace it with good things, and you won't need 3 of those 7 medications.
Yeah.
If you would just eat some fucking vegetables. But that's a different discussion.
Yeah.
That one always pops up for me.
Well, it's almost like people want to push the technology to a point where you can just revert. So like the technology is so good that we can just suck.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah, that's
which is you should still always want to be.
That's kind
the
of where we're at,
best.
though.
You should still always want to be your best.
Because if you go back to like the phones and the computers, it's like, oh well, now we don't have to know anything.
Yeah.
Because we have all the knowledge in the world.
That's frustrating.
At our fingertips.
That,
It's
that paradox.
Well, I don't need to know that because I can just find out.
Yeah.
I can just search it.
That paradox is frustrating.
All I need to know is how to search it.
Man.
But it's, those people will say that to you, but it's not actually true. Like, actually knowing it is still to your advantage
Yeah.
over somebody, Googling something with their phone and thinking that they know as much as you, because they don't.
Yeah.
And that's why talent is so important to me.
Like in
Because you can acquire knowledge and absorb knowledge much quicker and easier than you can talent. Mm-hmm. Like you can learn something, instantly, like a fact,
you can
or a process or a principle. You can immediately understand that, but you can't like learn how to build a bridge by Googling it. Or, I mean,
Right.
you can.
You can learn the theory.
You can, but like
about it, but
you don't know how to do it until you have actually done it.
and there's no
Or
substitute for
you
that.
can't like, you can Google how to play piano,
Yeah.
but you won't be able to play piano.
Well, but you also, but then there's also, so I think it's a combination of talent and work or effort. Because
Yes.
some people can just do something,
Right.
but the vast majority of people will always need to practice
right.
so that they can be. And sometimes there's like a person who's super talented but doesn't practice. And there's a person who's like kind of talented but
Has to
is-
practice really hard
yeah.
to maintain it.
And
Yeah, I've
and
run
they
into
can-
both of those
they can, like,
archetypes.
level that playing field with that effort. But you can't just look at a video and then that's your effort.
Right. Yeah. Well, and we have so many people, the people who don't think they need to know anything because they can just Google it.
Yeah.
Those are the people that aren't putting in any effort.
Yeah. For a while I was the kid in school who was like so used to being not challenged that when a challenge like first happens and I was like,
Yeah, you're just like, fuck this.
like, wait,
this isn't
I
important.
just can't do this. And I was like, well, no, you can, Vaughn, you can do that. You're just being an idiot and not.
That's what happened to me.
working.
That's what happened to me with
You
mathematics.
have to work for it.
I was always in like the smart class for math until 8th grade.
You were gifted?
Yeah.
Are you gifted?
And then in 8th grade, the smart section was doing Algebra 1, and the regular section was doing pre-algebra. And I did horribly in Algebra 1.
Oh.
And it was just like night and day. Like everything before that was just, I instantly understood it. And then this was like the point where I didn't instantly understand it. And because I continued to not practice or study or anything,
Yeah.
I did really terrible. So then my freshman year of high school, I was taking Algebra 1 again with the regular class.
Oh.
While the smart class had moved on to Algebra 2.
Yeah.
And then what's interesting is I started playing guitar in 8th grade, and I started playing music.
Okay.
And for some reason, starting to teach myself guitar helped me understand algebra, and vice versa.
Do you know in what way? Like, is that
I don't
aware
know,
to you?
but
Okay.
like it was that thing
That's
where like
interesting.
where like your teachers like where you're like, I'm never gonna use this. This is so not applicable to real life.
Yep.
And then your teacher's like, it's a certain way of thinking that you need to understand. And that light like turned on
the kind of like analytical?
my freshman year
Yeah.
of high school, because I had gotten to the point with teaching myself guitar where something had clicked, and I suddenly understood algebra, and then didn't have to study. And I got to go back to it being easy.
Huh. So you went like both ways.
Yes.
Like
Yeah, it
you
was
went through the cycle and then started to go through it again.
yeah, it was crazy. And then in 10th grade, instead of going to algebra 2, it was geometry. And then algebra 2 was junior year
Okay.
for me. Or that's how it was mapped out.
Yeah.
And then in geometry, the same thing happened. I was horrible at it, and I couldn't do it to save my life. And I thought, oh, well, at some point, you know, that light's just going to turn on.
Yeah.
But it didn't. It was horrible.
You stayed in the darkness.
I barely passed geometry.
Taking a sip.
And then that was when I was like, okay, I must have an algebraic brain, and other people have a geometric brain.
Well, and there is something to that. Like some people, because geometry, if you're like pretty spatially adept, you can kind of. I think you're better suited to that because geometry is, I mean, very different than algebra.
I'm confident that I could have learned it if I had put in the time to study it and practice it, but
Yeah.
I never did that in school because I was a pain in the ass. And then I got to algebra 2 and I was like, okay, we're back. This is easy.
Easy mode again.
And then my senior year was pre-calculus, which is like kind of a combination of the two, but I think more like algebra than
Yeah.
geometry.
Because it uses some things we need to know, like the areas or
Yeah.
circumferences of things.
Yeah. But it's mostly that like substitutional
Yeah.
reduction type thinking, which I'm super into. So learn your algebra, kids.
It is important.
It's useful. It's a useful way of thinking. I can confirm that as an adult who was once in math class. I don't do algebra problems ever,
No?
but that way of thinking does help me.
It is, I mean, it is important to like go through the motions of that kind of problem solving.
Yeah.
Even if you'll never use it.
It's also important to like encounter a way of thinking that you really, really don't like because you don't readily understand it, and then forcing yourself to understand it and become good at it, and then maybe learn to like it, maybe not. But like that whole exercise is very important
Yeah.
because there's so many people lose that after they get out of school.
Yeah.
And never let go of that.
Well, there's a lot of people who just
like-
stop learning
it's-
after they leave school.
It's so true.
No, that's actually really bad.
It's
Like,
so bad.
that needs to be like
Fixed.
lifelong.
Yeah, you should always.
if you're not learning something,
You should then.
what what is happening? Like, what is,
Yeah, you should always be learning. Your brain is a muscle.
even if it's just reading a book, reading a new book.
Yeah.
Even if it's like once a year,
yeah,
you've got to
and you learn a word that you didn't know.
be better than you were like last time.
Yeah. So many people are just ready to accept that after like 30 years of age that they're just on a downward slope. Like, well, I'm old now. I find it actually surprisingly common in like our peers, the quote unquote millennials, who like made fun of their parents for being old and working hard. And now that they're getting old, they're just so ready to accept
Yeah.
that they're old at like age 32. It's like, dude, you're not old. Like, well, my body hurts all the time and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, you're not doing anything. You're not freaking doing anything.
Yeah.
Get off your ass. It's like, well, I gotta work because I'm a poor, heavily debted millennial.
I mean, there is a point where like you're facing such daunting odds that you're just like, okay, yeah, I'll just accept that I'm old and everything's down now. But like,
Yeah, it
you
sucks.
you gotta rise to the occasion.
Yep.
Life lessons from the boys.
Absolutely.
I'm reading a book right now. Okay, first Side note.
Side note from Vaughn.
Did you know that? Okay, so you're not from Minnesota.
No,
but
I am not.
No. So we had a lovely governor named Jesse Ventura.
Oh my gosh, dude. We need to watch that movie that I have.
Yeah?
I have a Jesse Ventura movie called Abraxas on VHS.
Abraxas?
That looks like a sci-fi space fantasy.
Are we gonna need Bracky?
We do need Bracky with us.
Okay.
He was with me when we bought it.
But he was, he ran as like an independent and became
Jesse Ventura, not Bracky.
Yeah, Bracky.
Dude,
ran
vote for
governor.
Bracky. Holy
Bracky
shit.
20. I think the next governor election is 2020.
2020.
2018.
You know what else is 2020?
Your vision.
Hindsight. Every time.
Neither of our vision. Neither
Every
of the
time.
boys' vision is
No,
2020.
my vision has
for the
got to be
record.
like 2200.
Mine's pretty bad. I can't read anything on screen. at the
Vaughn
moment.
takes his glasses off to confirm for himself how bad his vision is.
Okay, it's good she got HP there. She needed that. Side note. More side notes. But so Jesse Ventura was, for what he was, he's a very
For what
large
he
person-
was.
He's a large personality.
For those who don't
but
know,
I didn't know this,
he was
and I
a
grew up here. and
professional
he grew up
wrestler
here.
who became a politician.
Like he, went to,
I use the
he
word
grew up
professional
here.
loosely.
and I didn't know this, but this is somehow I found this out in the book I'm reading. He was a Navy SEAL.
Okay.
That blows my mind because
Before he was a wrestler?
yes,
Wow.
like that was the first thing he did with his life.
What a fall.
I think he went through college,
Okay.
but then he became a Navy SEAL, and like there's no like higher bar in like difficulty of.
Like for military?
Yeah, there's no higher bar.
Okay.
It's insane what they have to go through, and that just like blew my mind that I never knew that. And
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Because he seems like such a joke.
Yeah.
He seems like such a fat loudmouth sometimes.
He's a goof.
He's a big goof. And he yells all the time.
He does always yell.
Which I don't think of as a characteristic archetypal behavior of a Navy SEAL.
Yes.
I
And
think
he-
of like a silent, cold warrior.
and he kind of has like become, that guy who's just like fully in the conspiracy theories. But
Oh,
like,
really?
Yeah,
He's a big one.
he is.
Dude,
but
he's been on the inside. He's seen it.
he's seen it.
Yeah. He knows who killed JFK.
But the book I'm reading is also by like a retired Navy SEAL who was at one point the highest ranking Navy SEAL in the Navy.
Oh. In the Navy.
And it's a book. It's called like, what is it called? It's called Make Your Bed.
Make your bed.
Yes. But
Oh,
he
is it one of those books that's about like habitual?
yeah, he like extrapolates a bunch of lessons from his time in the SEALs and training, but then tries to make them palatable to all people,
Yeah.
which he does a pretty good job of in it.
There's a lot of
It's,
that
it's pretty
actually
motivating, actually.
happening in motivational media right now.
Really,
Yeah. Like it's like a hot button topic. Like fucking
taking like
take responsibility for the things that you do and don't be lazy. And like you can only blame yourself if things aren't going the way you want them.
okay,
All that kind of stuff. Very like humanistic,
yep,
like nose to the grindstone type of rhetoric,
yeah.
which I'm a fan of.
I mean, there's so much to that. You do have to just kind of
It's great for Minnesotans too because they love to complain
yeah.
and blame. Come on, Kyle.
That was good. He was falling behind, but
He needs right column.
He doesn't need right column, but he was falling behind in left column
Okay.
compared to
He's
Ford
looking
and
good
France.
in the left column to me, but suppose you'd know better than I would.
Wait, who do we want? Who do we want? Who do you want, Austin? To
Who do I want?
gloriously take this last kill here?
I mean, I'm not really paying attention to these stats. I'm like
Okay.
trying to look at the screen as little as possible.
Okay, we're gonna do Garcia. Wait, let's heal first real quick.
God.
Oh my god.
That's what he says when you try to do him.
Oh my god.
Get a heal in first.
Yep.
Hey, Kyle.
That little
Here you go.
shimmy.
Yeah, little pony.
Yep. Because that horse is definitely way more timid than the one that the Cavaliers have.
Yeah.
Just like, oh,
And he's got the shaggy pony hair.
Yep. And what do you call like the mask or like
the face covering?
Is there like a name for that?
I'm sure there is, but I don't know what it is.
Me neither.
I just got another one of those in Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I got 120 shrines.
Yes.
Which was a momentous occasion. Ross, let's see it.
Speed.
Oh, that is bad.
Yeah, it is.
He's become a very slow man.
Yeah, he is.
But yeah, when you get 120 shrines in Breath of the Wild, you actually unlock some stuff in the game.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Like items?
Yes.
Okay.
And I won't say too much more than that.
Okay.
But it allowed me to get a new like saddle and bridle set for the horse, and it's pretty spicy.
That's cool.
And it includes a mask, facial covering for the horse.
The only one I've seen so far is the kind of medieval looking one with like the big.
Oh yeah, the like armored one.
Yeah.
There are 3.
That's what I thought.
3 sets. There's the one that I just got. Cool. There's get your towel down.
I'm bringing the mic with me.
And then there's
as I try to clean up the spill.
Arnold Apocalypse 2017. Vaughn kicks a cup over.
Yep. But keep going.
Onto the rug.
Still here.
Yeah, there's the knight one, and then there's like a royal one, and then there's the one that I just got. Which
do they add armor to your horse?
Like actual defense stat?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I don't think your horse actually has. Well, let's see. What other stats? They're like speed. There is a strength stat for the horse, but I don't really know what that means. I don't know if it's like
damage from
running into them and trampling. It could be that. Or maybe it's a combination of that and
like life.
How much damage they can take before you like fall off or they run away or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, next week on the show, we're off to see Mark Hamill.
Yeah, we are
at Hamill Canyon.
He's waiting for us.
We're going down to Beggar's Canyon. We're gonna shoot some Womp Rats with Marky Mark.
On Wednesday, tune in for
new series.
That's right.
Something brand new with a new guest. It's been hyped.
It's gonna be fun. And then on Friday we have
Wave Race.
That's right. It's not new anymore. That was last week.
Yes.
So yeah, Wave Race on Friday. Check out a stream at the end of the month. Twitch.tv/Backlog Boys, as you might have guessed.
Yep. Link in the description.
Yep. We have
as always
the Instagram snack walk.
See the snacks, see the sods, watch us taste,
and watch us some more.
Yeah.
Next time.
Until then, we'll see ya.
Oh, bye.